Step into the Fieldhouse, your front row seat to legendary victories and untold stories. Hey, I'm your host, Lance Leonard, breaking down sports from the inside out, along with co-host Jimmy Lackey. It's more than just a game. It's the Fieldhouse Podcast. Hey, welcome into the Fieldhouse Podcast. We are a production of the Kids Inc. Sports Network. So glad you joined us today, and I'm one of your hosts, Lance Leonard. We have the man here, Jimmy Lackey, as well. Jimmy, obviously a lot going on in your life right now, getting ready to have a wedding in your family, and then also Rock Rose has announced this groundbreaking, and just a lot of balls in the air, as people say. By the way, can you juggle?
No.
Oh, really? No. We may have to teach you on the show one time.
No.
It's very simple.
You got to remember, I'm blind in one eye.
Yeah,
and I have no depth.
But it's a feel thing.
I have no depth perception.
It's a feel thing. I'm just going to tell you. You got. We'll
Do you ever
see.
watch America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
Did you see the guys that flip?
Yes.
The guy laying back and flipping the guy. Oh my gosh.
I can't. That's unfathomable. Now I'm a rookie. If you ever see, by the way, out there, if you ever see anybody juggle 4 balls, then
that's
bow
an
down.
expert, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
that is so hard to do because you're actually juggling on both hands.
And the guys did the knives on that show. I mean,
yeah. They say
I
the
can't
knife.
do 2. I can't do 2.
They say knives and pins because they balance them, obviously, but are once you learn how to do that, are the easiest to juggle.
But once you learn, how many fingers do you get cut off before you learn?
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. But what it is, if you watch their hands aren't really like out over here or anywhere. They're just
it's tight.
in a place. But yeah, I can juggle 3. But and I've tried 4 to bring that into my repertoire.
I had a buddy in college and I could always spin a basketball, and I can still keep it going.
Well, then you can juggle.
I can keep it going, but a buddy of mine, he would put pencils on his feet. He'd get one going on one foot, one going on another, and he could get 2 basketballs doing this. It's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. That's a globetrotter trick there. Yeah.
So, it's pretty impressive.
Hey, we have a tradition here. This is our 56th podcast. Can you believe that? I'm loving life.
It's crazy.
And we pick a player who maybe a famous player who wore that jersey, maybe a teammate of ours growing up, or just somebody we liked at WT or Texas Tech somewhere who wore 56. So really nationally, I mean, there's really only a few. It's mainly a football number. There aren't many great 56 in baseball or basketball or things like that. But you get to kick it off today.
I got to go with Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I got to go with him. I haven't looked in the book to see if anybody who all's in there because there wouldn't be that many. But, I mean,
no,
he was as good as they came back in the day. I still remember the Theismann injury. I was watching that when it happened. Oh, and he was the first one to motion him out there, because he knew.
Can you imagine how loud that was? Broke Theismann's, was it his femur?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was nasty.
Yeah.
I didn't look in the book. See
but 56 is Lawrence Taylor. That was mine as well. I did a little research. Brian McCray, remember him for the Kansas City Royals, wore 56. But when I was growing up, there was a book written called Ball 4 by Jim Bouton. And he was a New York Yankees pitcher, and that's when it was the zoo, they called it.
Yeah.
It was so crazy there, and it was kind of a behind-scenes look at baseball. It's an old-school book, but it's still a great read if you ever want to delve into that. But what about the Cowboys, 56? There's one, isn't there? Hollywood
Henderson, he wore 56. He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did. I mean,
did you like Hollywood Henderson when he played for the Cowboys?
Lance, the showboat stuff's not.
That's not your kind of player. I do know that.
It's not my
I thought he
favorite.
was underrated a little bit. I know he did the
he was good.
cocaine while he played and all that, but
Daryl Talley, Pat Swilling.
Those are good ones.
Those are Chris Dolman.
Yeah.
Those are names I reckon. A lot of these names I don't even recognize.
Yeah, anyway. So
Taylor's the face. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. No, there is. Lawrence Taylor changed the game. Like he was kind of the Michael Jordan, and they both went to North Carolina, by the way.
I saw him at the game. He was at the game sitting up there with Roy Williams and Jordan the other night at the Belichick's first game.
They brought them all in, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They had the whole crew there.
I guess he was just his own man, though. You know what I mean? We have guys who have played with him in the NFL that we know, and just said he was a crazy, crazy man to be able to do what he could do. But he was faster than anybody. He was They did call him Superman because he would fly at you literally to get a sack. He's the one guy Bill Parcells didn't control. He's probably the only guy in the history, you know what I mean? And he controlled him in his own way. I remember a story, Jimmy, real quick, that Taylor, he was supposed to drop back in coverage. Instead, he blitzes the quarterback, sacks him, makes this great play like a fumble, and they recover it for a touchdown. And as he's running off, Parcells kind of looks side-eye at him, and he goes, "That's not what we called." And he goes, "But did it work?" And that was it. Just walks on, you know what I mean? It worked or whatever. That
Man, to do that with Parcells,
I know.
You got to be one in a one. You're one of one that can pull that off.
You better get it done.
Yeah, you're one of one that can pull that off.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in as well. We want to thank our guest last week, Cale Steed. That's up on our websites and get the Fieldhouse podcast that way. But Maddie does a great job putting all that stuff together. So
I got to tell you, a friend of mine from Dumas, he lives in Abilene now.
Abilene, Texas.
He's in Abilene. His name is Turner Carricker. We all knew him as Sacco.
Turner.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique.
That was his dad's name.
First name. Yeah. Wow. I mean, obviously it's a very popular last name. But
he was 2 years behind me. His sister Gail and I graduated high school together. But he's neighbors with Alan Wardis.
Oh, wow.
And he shared our podcast with Coach Dipple when we talked about.
Yeah.
And Alan was just all ablaze about it and wanted. And
we should get the Wardises on.
Sacco wanted us to know about it. And he said Alan wants to give you a call, so I told him just give him my number.
Yeah.
But he said shout out to y'all because Alan thought it was pretty cool and that was a great podcast with Coach.
Coach Dipple was amazing.
You know, that was number 50, but. We got some feedback from Alan on that deal. So, Alan, if you're listening out there, too, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining the crew.
Well, the whole Wardis family. Maybe we should try to get a couple of Wardises in here.
But Sacco's a regular for us, and so I appreciate him doing that, yeah.
We love Abilene news, too. You know, Abilene High, by the way, just a shout-out to your school, is the favorite in our district up here, and they're ranked in the top 10.
Yeah.
They have a Kyler Murray-type quarterback.
Yep.
A lot of fun to watch. Not if you're a defensive coordinator, but or an opposing head coach. But
Sacco was a Marine too, so thank you for his service too.
I think if your name is is it Sacco?
Well, that was his nickname, and now for me to tell you where it came from, I'd be lying because I don't know.
Like Socko?
Socko.
I've never heard that one. I love it.
It's Turner Carricker. T.A. Carricker was his dad.
Yeah,
and he was junior, the second, the third, whatever in line there, but. Everybody growing up knew him as Sacco, but in the professional world, he's been known as Turner.
I tell you what,
I still call him Sacco.
If your name's Sacco, you are a Marine.
He's a big boy, and he's always got a smile on his face.
Those are the best kind of big boys.
Great guys. Wife Jill, wonderful. They're just great people.
Yeah. We thank you for
thank you for your service.
Yeah, and for tuning in. Yeah. All right, Jimmy, you know the drill. What's the best thing that happened to you today?
Well, the best thing's going to happen for me tonight is I'm cooking for all the bridesmaids. Daughter number 3, final one, getting married Saturday, and I guess the party starts tonight. So I'm cooking in the backyard.
So what are you cooking?
I'm cooking fried rice, chicken fried rice. They wanted the hibachi fried rice tonight, so that's one of my dishes, and so I'm going to cook a bunch of that up tonight.
Nice.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy. It's an easy fix, and you can't ever make too much. Leftovers last a while, so. Cook a big batch of that tonight, and I'm sure the boys will find their way over at some point in time to grab some too. So yeah, all the festivities are kind of cranking up this evening and into the weekend. And
will you be emotional?
No.
At the wedding?
No, not at all. No, it's Kim and I are so lucky. I was talking to a friend of mine last night. Her birthday was yesterday. The girl I grew up with, and we were talking about grandkids, and Kim, all of our grandkids live here. So we see our grandkids regularly, and so many of our friends that have grandkids don't. They live far away, and Mary and I were talking about that last night. And Colton and Hallie will literally we live at number 13. He bought a house at number 44 up the street. So I mean, we see our kids all the time, and I'm so happy because all 3 of our son-in-laws we hit the lottery with them.
I've met them
I could
all.
go on and on and on. We're just lucky. We're extremely blessed, and so there's nothing to be sad about.
Yeah.
They've been dating 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's not like
it's time.
We're thrilled for them to. But you know what I'm so proud of them about is, they've been out of school for a couple of years now. They've got their feet on the ground.
Yeah.
They've took the time to they've traveled some and done some things, as young people, and so. But I'm glad they've taken the time to get prepared for all this, and all three of our kids have done well, and our three son-in-laws are the best. And of course, we've got 5 grandkids out of the deal so far. Just keep them coming.
Yeah, you love those grandkids.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Now, do you boom out when they ask who gives? I don't know the formal line, but when they say, you just say
pretty. Her mother and I, yeah. Just pretty. It's just pretty.
I think you ought to belt it.
Yeah.
Her mother and I do. Of course, you don't want to steal their show at all.
No.
You know what I mean? So I respect you.
So my mom, when Kim and I got married, my mom kept saying, "Kim, I'm just going to wear a beige dress. I'll just blend into the crowd." Kim had to beg my mom to be a part of things because she didn't think that was the groom's mother's role. Come from that kind of background, in the day. And,
I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of my. I'm not. This is not my weekend.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Kim and I pay the bills, and outside of that, it's not my weekend.
I think when you're at a wedding and that's just my opinion, some of the bridesmaids or groomsmen try to steal the show or do stuff. And maybe they're okay with it, the people getting married. But I think it's their show, and just let's respect what's going on with that. Yeah. I had the honor of being an officiant. I'm an ordained or a certified minister in Colorado. To be the officiant of my 2 of my nieces.
Nice.
And their brother is getting married next month, finally. But they didn't ask me to do that, so my heart is crushed because I thought I was going to go for the trifecta with that family. But no, I'm just kidding. They do whatever you want. But let me tell you, I prepped. I memorized 20 minutes of a speech, everything. It was a great honor. And it went well. It was nerve-wracking. You know what? You really want a veteran up there, not a rookie, to organize things. So, but those are 2 of the greatest days of my life.
So Seth, our son-in-law, Jayla's husband, our oldest daughter, he married Kennedy and Luke. He's marrying Hallie and Colton.
Oh, wow!
So this has been a real nice family thing.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool. I'm a little biased in this deal, but Hallie and Colton, very small wedding. Will be a nice big reception, but. They're getting married at Hill Chapel on the campus at WT.
Yeah.
Very small, quaint facility, so it only holds so many.
Very cool chapel, though. Very, very
So the wedding party is pretty much family and extremely tight-knit friends, the wedding party. And then the reception's out at a place out toward Palo Duro Canyon at a venue out that direction, and that's where everybody will show up after the deal. But
I like those.
Dr. Windler, I'm going to shout out to him. Kind enough to let us take pictures in front of the president's home after the wedding, and that's where Hallie and Colton wanted to have their pictures made, and he was kind enough to let us do that. So we'll be out there Saturday for an evening, and
well, good luck with
folks.
that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You'll have to give us a report.
It'll be
that
fun.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, I was just going to ask you a couple things today, if you don't mind. All right, number one is, and this happened last night actually. Ryan Schwarber hit his 50th home run for the Phillies, and I mean, that's significant, for him.
Philly Karen didn't get it, did she?
No. Is that the person's name?
That's what they're calling her now.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what Karen means, but apparently it's not good.
No, it's not good. I mean, it's somebody who's in everybody's business and makes life miserable for you. How would you like to be named Karen, though?
That's bad. Because I know some Karens, and they're sweet people.
They are. I know a couple, too, and they're very sweet. They got this moniker on them, but that's one of the craziest instances I've ever seen. But speaking of that, the Phillies stepped up and got that kid a bat, signed. Some other guy stepped up and gave him and his family World Series tickets.
Oh, wow.
This is a billionaire guy who kind of does stuff like this, and an RV to travel. Bought the RV for him to travel to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, here's my thought. Ryan
Pays
Schwarber,
to be a good person.
Ryan Schwarber hit his 50th. And this stat actually surprised me, like the most surprising stat in all time that I can open any eye is the fact that Joe Lombard down in Canyon won 1,000 games before he lost 100. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could say that to Bill Belichick himself.
I was at the state championship game when he won that 1,000.
Yeah.
I think he had 90 losses, 91 losses
92 or something like that. But that's you could throw that stat at anybody.
Yep.
John Wooden himself. And they would be amazed. Anyway, guess how many baseball players in the history of MLB have hit 50 home runs?
Pooh. I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Give me a number. History of MLB.
50 home runs.
Yeah.
I'm going to say less than 20.
No, it's 34.
Okay.
I thought it'd be a lot more. He's the 34th. I thought it'd be a lot more than that.
Wow.
Mike Schmidt, the great player, did not ever do it.
Wow.
Yeah. But I thought 34 was way low. But you think even lower at 20, huh? I was thinking over.
That's a lot.
And the history
I'll take it from 10 years to the present. I would think there's probably been a few more. 10 years back, not many. Just the technology of the game. I mean, everything in the whole deal is just different.
Baseball's such a numbers game.
People are bigger. They're stronger.
Yes.
The whole bit. I mean, they're just – my dad played football at LSU on an offensive line weighing 185. That was in 1953.
Yeah.
It's a little different now.
Fair enough.
And same with baseball players.
And also everybody comes in throwing 95 or 100 those last 3 innings where you got to somehow figure a way to get it. But
if you catch one of those, it's going to go, though.
Yeah, it is. Only 34, though. I thought it would be more over 100.
That's not very many.
Easy.
It's an elite crew for sure.
Yeah. All right, the next one I had for you, seeing Micah Parsons in a Green Bay jersey. Yeah. As a Cowboys fan, how'd that hit you?
Yeah, I'm over it. I go back to I wish they could have taken care of that before the draft. I think they'd have come out better. But other than that, I have no issue with the actual trade other than how it happened. I don't. It's just business.
Yeah, I know. It is business.
It's whether it's Micah Parsons or anybody else, those things just happen. His age – He's got a lot of tread left on the tires.
Yep.
That's the part you hate to see.
Yeah.
But one injury and he could be done. So you don't know.
What's your initial prediction of when he plays Dallas here shortly? Yeah. What's your initial prediction of what's going to happen on that night?
Where's
that day? That's a good question. I thought it was in Dallas, but
okay, I'm not sure.
We can look that up here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Go ahead. But how's that going to be? I mean. Do you think he's just going to absolutely destroy the Cowboys? 5 sacks, an amazing day, something like that?
I would think. I mean, he's going to be pumped. There's no doubt about it. He'll whether it's public or not, he's going to have a little axe to grind. Let's don't think that he's not. But I would think and hope that on the reverse side of that offensive line's going to do their dadgum best to make sure he doesn't get to Dak, and so it should be a dogfight.
Yeah, the Cowboys were impressive to me. It's in Dallas on September 28th.
I knew it was this month,
so it's happening.
Yeah, it's.
Will he be booed?
To some, yeah, there'll be some, but it's not. That's not his fault.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, but players are property of the team, and the team can choose to do what they want with the property, and so He was holding out for what he thought was right, and that's what they do in this day and time, and he got what he wanted.
I really don't think any defensive player is worth $48 million. No. The price to be quarterback, I mean, that's just part of the status of quarterbacks right now. That's where you fit into those slots. Mm-hmm. Defensive players aren't like that. Did he impact the game? Yeah, he's such a great player, but I think I'm with you. I think in the long run, you got to wait this one out, Cowboy fans, and we'll see 2 years down the road if this was a really, really one-sided trade. Now Green Bay suddenly looks amazing. They took it out on the Lions, a very good team, so they suddenly look like a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. There was a couple 3 good ball games I watched this weekend. Minnesota came back and beat Chicago the other night. That was a good ball game. Kansas City got beat. Los Angeles.
By the way,
Chargers.
Where is Kansas City? As an AFC West aficionado, being a Broncos fan, guess where Kansas City is? And we have no love lost. I really respect Mahomes. I love the way he plays, but they're in last place.
Oh yeah.
San Diego won. Denver won.
Raiders
won.
Mm-hmm.
So my other NFL question for you was, speaking of one of those good games, Aaron Rodgers at 41. Looked really good with the Steelers.
He did. Came back and won it, and that had to be a good win for him. Win that in New York. That was a good win for him.
He didn't look 41. Throws a great pass. Don't you agree?
He's an interesting duck.
Yeah, he's
I don't know
different.
how else to say it other than he's just an interesting duck. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's got his air about him.
Yeah.
But he produces.
But he can flat out.
Is he 1 or 2 away from passing Favre now?
Yeah,
he wants that one.
Yeah.
Know he wants that
total
one.
TD passes now.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to catch Brady. Speaking of Brady, how about let me throw this one at you. He's an official owner now, part owner of the Raiders. So let's say that quarterback play continues to struggle. Does he come out of retirement and take over that?
No, but I bet he's telling them who to go get.
You don't think you don't think that itch? He looks good. He looks like he can still play. You don't think that itch like I am going to shock the world, or did he already do that with the Tampa Bay thing?
I don't think he's going to.
Okay. I want to see it.
Nothing surprises me in this world anymore.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady come out of retirement. I want to see the Raiders.
Nothing surprises me in this world anymore.
Vegas.
That would be a little
Brady,
surprised.
The Raiders back to prominence.
It's a ticket seller.
It's the best story in NFL.
Yeah, it'd be a hot ticket.
Yeah. So, yeah, I want to see that.
I hadn't even given that a thought. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, this week, when you guys are listening to this will already have happened, so we want to be clear on that. But Texas Tech, the first week, didn't they beat Lubbock Coronado? And then the second week, didn't they beat Lubbock Monterey? And now they're playing Oregon State. You know what I mean? So we talked about it last time, but I really think rather than have Arkansas Pine Bluff, rather than bring in Kent State, you are talking the Golden Lions and the Golden Flashes. Nobody knows those two nicknames. Bring in West Texas A&M. You do not get any respect from the polls, from the voters, or anybody when you play. If you're playing Pine Bluff or West Texas, they don't care, okay? Yep. They don't care. So bring in West Texas, give them some money. Let's hope they don't get beat up too bad, physically. But I think that's my suggestion to Joey McGuire. And I know you tune in every week, Joey. You're so unbusy. But but no, Oregon State's going to be a nice little test for Tech. And then the next week, it is Utah, big noon on Fox.
Yeah.
That's the game where the Texas Tech NIL money is on display at its finest, and that they have to prove themselves in Utah.
Yeah. You get those big. Right off the bat, Texas, Ohio State. What a way to start the year!
Yeah, what a
and
dud
then that
though
week,
of a game.
But then week, it was so disappointing.
Yeah.
But week 2 is always kind of that because that's when they're playing the money games and getting their big spread wins and all that kind of stuff. There's not many good games on week 2.
Michigan, Oklahoma was a great game.
It was a really good ball game. I thought it was well coached on both sides. Had to be somewhat emotional for the Michigan coach. He played at OU.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you got to give props to Arbuckle.
Yeah.
He's got them looking good on the offensive side of the thing. And
maybe he can come on the show sometime. Yeah. You have connections. I have connections.
Yeah, yours are better than mine. Yours are better than mine. I know Lauren since she was tiny.
Yeah, so you got to take advantage of that, and I'll ask him. Well, summertime when he comes back and visits the fam.
Sure.
That might be a time.
That would be a time. I bet we could pull that off. Yeah. I'll get Kennedy on that and have her her start plugging that. Yeah. That would be good.
Ben's a great guy, and congratulations to Ben. Lucas Kinsey and his son were in the stadium.
Saw some pictures.
And Luke said the atmosphere was insane, even for Oklahoma.
Was packed. It was so had the crimson and white.
Yeah, I love that
striped seating arrangements in the stadium. Yeah, it was awesome.
Those games.
I on the same note, my middle daughter went to Oklahoma State. Oof, what a brutal beating they took at Oregon. That just right there shows you the spread between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah,
you got Nike over here. And OSU that's been left behind when OU goes to the SEC. And
so with Boone Pickens passing, is their money gone?
It's not gone, but here's the other piece to that pie. And I probably shouldn't be saying things that I don't know a lot about, but I know enough to know this. The former AD and Mr. Pickens were extremely close. And the AD has since retired. That was, I've always said in my business in the nonprofit world, people give to people.
Yeah, yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
And Mr. Pickens and that he was the golf coach, Mike, whatever his name was. He was the golf coach at OSU for years and years and years, started winning all those national championships, and he and Mr. Pickens became friends. And that's where that relationship started. And then that's when he became athletic director, the big money started popping in. And, you've got the McKnight family that gives tremendously there. They've got the big McKnight auditorium, the fine arts facility, second to none. But those are so few and far between. And, of course, Boone Pickens, I mean, that's about as big as it gets for a school like Oklahoma State. And I don't know who their next one is. I'm sure there's somebody out there that can help them, but I don't know how organized their NIL is and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You heard Gundy, if you heard him speak about it, I don't know that I would have gone there if I was him.
Oh, or Oregon, that
just
if
lit
you see
them
the
up.
pregame speech out of the Oregon coach,
Yeah.
I mean, he basically called them out.
Yeah,
saying,
that just lit them up. Yeah.
We didn't need any fuel.
Yeah.
We have our fuel, and we are the O, and let's go show them why.
And they did.
They sure
and they
did.
showed the difference.
Gundy's son went on social media and totally blasted the OSU faithful for being down on his dad. Like, he is Oklahoma State. He did this. He did this. Major mistake, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And but Gundy will be gone. It's over. When a coach loses your fan base,
OSU
and it happens. I mean, and it's not fair in this world. What he's done for OSU is absolutely amazing. But I will say this: I think Gundy has lost the fan base. When you lose the fan base, and then when you're whining about not having the NIL money you need, then I think it's time you go.
Well, they're going through a pretty serious transition there right now. I know a little bit about it. Burns Hargis, the president when Kennedy was there, retired 3 years ago. Casey Shroom was head of the medical center in Tulsa, gets named president. All of a sudden, one weekend, she's gone. And now they've got a new president who's been there quite a while, apparently pretty much beloved, another kind of Burns Hargis kind of guy. But you're going through those transitions. Well, anytime that happens, if you're the head football coach or you're the lead development officer or you're the dean of this college or whatever the case may be or one of the vice presidents, you better screw your hat on because every leader has a different way of doing things. And when you go through that many transitions in that shorter period of time, things happen. And Gundy may have his support, internal support, may have finally ran out. I don't know. I'm not there.
Yeah, and I'm not inside of that. I'm just looking from. I'm just looking for him outside in, and once you publicly are being questioned, and you can't determine that totally if he's having success, if he's bringing in all these quality players and all this. But sometimes, I mean, it's not fair, but sometimes change.
Well, he's had his big house on the market for a long time.
I didn't know that.
Whether that's a telltale or not. But, here's what I will say about him. He's done a great job for Oklahoma State. He put them on the map. He kept them on the map. He won year in and year out. Didn't always win the big one when it came down to it. But he's kept them in there. And but everybody's time runs out. I agree with you. It may be sooner than later.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how they do it.
I still think it's a good.
Well, we had a little snafu there. It happens.
That was our first in 56. That's pretty good.
Yeah, lights went out. That is crazy. You know what I mean? Around my neighborhood, just real quick, they're redoing all of the gas lines. Okay, so they come dig your yard up. They got to come in the house. They do things, and then they shut you off. When they're putting the new meters in from the alley to the front. It's an ordeal. I mean, I respect what they have to do, though. But so we get home and we use the side door, not the front door, and all of a sudden there's one of those yellow, messages on like, "Hey, it's shut off. Give us a call. We'll come shut off." So we call them, saying, "Hey, about 10 o'clock." They go, "We'll be over there in about 10 minutes." And we're like, "What?" So those poor guys, they work 24/7. But anyway,
they do.
That happened to us, and so I'm glad people know how to get this stuff up in a hurry.
Well, Maddie can attest to this. If the lights go out in this building and you just saw it, it gets dark. We have backup lights that will come on.
Yeah.
We had to put those in for safety reasons, but it takes them a second to come on. But we've had the telephone pole out there on the Osage hit more than once, and everybody's power in this area goes out. It gets dark in this building because the only two windows are the two front doors.
Yeah.
And outside of that, we don't have windows in our offices. So
That's it. I never thought about it. You're
building
right.
Gets dark.
Yeah.
Dark quick.
The warehouse. Yeah. I love that. So,
Yeah.
hey, Jimmy, before I hop out of here, West Texas A&M, we're both enjoy the programs down there. Obviously, that's your alma mater. You worked there for many years. But anyway, take me in. A really, really great atmosphere. Speaking of good atmospheres, for the home opener.
Yep.
And it was Colorado School of Mines. Buffs didn't get it done, but what's your thoughts on that?
Well, we had our chances.
Yeah.
I thought their kicking game beat us. Think about how many punts they put inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And that's backed us up, and then they scored off of those opportunities. I thought we played well. The quarterback's exciting to watch. I enjoyed it, and the receivers do a good job. I thought his offensive line played well. I thought the defense was improved. So we lost by 2. Got a safety on us there at the end. But their kicking game beat us. The punter did a great job putting the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Field position's important.
3 different times, and then they got that safety there at the end. But all in all, I stayed to the end. It was not a snoozer. It was a good ball game against a good team that played for the national title 2 years ago. I came away. Nobody wants to lose, and you don't. You only get close and hand grenades and horseshoes. And outside of that, you want a W. But I was impressed. I'll look forward to the next one, and there's some promise out there. I saw some improvement. I saw some promise. Josh and I are friends, and so I wish him the best, and I want him to succeed. I want our university to succeed. So, but I really did. This is not a biased deal. I think anybody that was there that's seen in the past had to have seen improvement. Time will tell.
I agree. And Josh Lynn's third year, the juice is back in the stadium because of the play on the field. You know what I mean? I liked what I saw. I saw some mojo out there. I saw some spark. You know what I mean? We've kind of been missing that the last couple of years. It's an exciting team. The quarterback, RJ's amazing. He's one of the better. Obviously, played Division I ball, but and he's down here. But I liked it. I think there was some juice to the games. And I think that's fair enough. That's been lacking the last few years. So I was glad to see that. And then over in the box, you had the volleyball.
Yeah, I didn't get to make any, but boy, that sounded like they played well.
Terry Gamble, that's one guy we need to get on the podcast. That's a really good vibe around him, Jimmy, and he is an older guy. You know what I mean? But there's a youthful presence about him, and the Lady Buffs won all 4 of their matches. That's his first time to coach in the box, except really for a match.
Sure.
And I went down and listened to him what he had to say at the press conference this week, and he was he loved it. Okay, so I think they got a chance to be really good. They have to get their young players to be able to make strong depth.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. That's not me predicting anything. It's just a fact. But what they have on that front line with Marshak, Stowe, you can go down the list.
Yep.
My gosh.
Well, in the Division II level, that's as good a job as there is in the country. Let's just be honest about it. It's rich in history. It's rich in winning tradition. Mixture of local players and those that come in from recruiting elsewhere. That keeps that local flavor involved. And you got an Emerald High kid out there. You got a Hereford kid out there. And that makes a difference. And on top of that, they're as good as they come. I mean, they're as good at their level as anybody in the country.
Yeah.
So, but the volleyball program that started with Kim Hudson, went with Jim and all the way to Debbie and everybody to the president, Tony, and one that came from Truman. I just went blank. He was animated.
Glad.
I just went. He lived right across the street from my in-laws, and I'm sorry, Coach.
Very intense.
Oh, big time, yeah. And then from there we've had them, and that's just been a good program for a long, long time.
Yeah,
it's sustained itself very well. Again, with local kids and those that come in from the outside, they've done a great job with the recruitment. Let's face it, The box is a unique spot to play. It's a little warm for my taste at times, but I still
no
love
air conditioning in the box,
yeah,
just so you know.
I still love watching them play.
Why didn't they ever put any in?
I think that's the way they like it.
Okay.
I think that's a home court turf advantage that they like, and I don't think they want it changed. Personal opinion, I don't know the answer to that. I asked Michael McBroom about it one time. He goes, "No, that's a home field advantage deal," and I'm like, "Okay." I just walk out sweaty and
yeah.
End of story. But
yeah, I've never seen it.
I love to watch them play. I love that fast-paced volleyball, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to get there this weekend, but we have tickets and we'll be there. We've got 4 seats, so anytime you want to go, you and Rhonda, let's go.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll take you up
We've
on
got
that.
4 seats.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I should have known that.
Yeah, please call because I don't know if you know where Stanley sits.
Yeah,
mine are right behind him.
I've
got 4 seats right there. So yeah. So call
anything
anytime.
else to add, Jimmy, today?
No, I appreciate you doing this, and
I got to ask you when we breaking ground for
October 7th. So we'll probably put this out next week.
Yeah.
I did not want to put it out this week. WT had a big announcement yesterday with
$5 million.
$5 million gift for the College of Engineering, and I didn't know what it was till I read about it, but I knew they had put out an announcement, and I didn't want to do anything to overshadow that because that was a big, big gift for them. So we'll probably release this next week. By the time we have our podcast to air next Tuesday,
that'd be awesome.
We'll probably have that information out, but we're going to break ground on Tuesday, October 7th. We'll ask anybody who wants to be there about 4:30, and everybody says, why it's so late in the afternoon? 2 reasons. Number one, I need kids there. They're in school during the day, so it'd defeat the whole purpose if we didn't have kids there. They're the ones that are going to have shovels in their hands.
That's awesome.
And then a couple of the news stations hopefully will carry that live at 5 or have the news stations out there for that. And so, but that's the time that we'll be out there. We've got just a small ceremony and some things to do out there.
Such an exciting day.
But it's happening. I've got a big old thick set of plans on my desk, and it's pretty fun. And we still got some money to raise, so we still want people to come to the table with some help to help finish up the campaign. But we're in a position to get started, and it's exciting. We had our pre-bid meeting last Wednesday, and Southwest General Contractors said, could we have it in your larger room? We think there might be a little bit bigger crowd than what we could hold at our place. So we put out 100 chairs. There was probably 140 in the room, contractors.
Wow.
It was packed.
Wow.
And Craig and I have the thermostats on our phones that we can control at all of our buildings. I just kept over there turning it down. It got so hot in that corner.
Yeah.
But I think I had it turned down
cool.
to 66 before it was all said and done. But, yeah, there was a big turnout from the contractors, companies from all over, concrete, fencing, turf, dirt work, everything you can think of. There was multiples there. And so we should get some competitive bids, and those bid packets go out this week, I believe, or next. They're due back 3rd or 4th week in September. We'll sit down with Southwest General, go through them, pick who we're going to go with, but have a ceremonial groundbreaking on October 7th, and here we go.
Do you have a spot picked out where you're going to do?
Yeah, so thank you to the movie theater there. They're going to let us use their parking lot that evening. They're not real crowded at that time of day.
Right, yeah.
So we're going to park on the south side of the movie theater, and then right off Premier Drive, we're going to scrape off a piece of area back there. Yeah. So that way it's easy to get to. You're on pavement most of the time and not having to get out in the mud and the dirt. And so that's where we'll be and have plenty of parking for folks to pull into the movie theater parking lot and use that for that 45-minute time that we're there.
Got to have those kids out there.
We've got it. The kids are the whole deal. And we're gonna have a football team, flag football. We'll have tackle and flag teams, volleyball teams, soccer teams, cheerleaders, and then I called Rob, and we'll have a baseball and softball team there. With Rob Woods and that bunch, and so we'll have all the different groups represented in the sports that we offer, and it'll be a great day for Kids Inc. Happy 80th birthday to them. So it's Craig and I were a little giddy at the meeting when that many people showed up at the contractor meeting. We're like, whoa,
it's here.
Yeah, and it's what we've been working for, and so here we go.
Yeah, I love that. So we'll keep you. Keep the info here. This is one of the best places you can find out about Rock Roads, and thanks for sharing that, Jimmy. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, man. Have a great wedding.
You too. Thanks. Thanks. It'll be fun. Just good family time. That's always the good stuff.
That's the best time. So yeah. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in with us. I just want to remind you we are a production of the Kids Inc. Sports Network. Love doing the Fieldhouse podcast. That was number 56. Wow. I didn't know if we'd get past 6, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying we're hanging in there. So, but like I always say, we will see you when we see you.